News with Brian Williams.
Good evening. As they say, the whole world is watching, and tonight a lot of people are wondering if this isn't the beginning of a big change in Iran. Some of the protesters have been beaten back, but it's tougher to stop an idea. And these next several days could be crucial to determining the future of Iran. The top religious leader there says he's looking into the election results, but a lot of people aren't willing to wait for that. They've decided the election was a sham and the current regime has to go. But that same regime displayed its very firm grip on power today. We have it all covered for you here tonight. We're going to begin in Tehran with Bill Neely of our British television partners ITN.
The deadly end of a day Iran will long remember. Reformers and hardliners clashing in the center of the capital. Opposition protesters attack a building manned by a militia loyal to President Ahmadinejad. The militia fires shots into the air. The stones keep coming. Then one militiaman fires into the crowd. The protesters take their revenge, burning the building down. But the volley of shots claimed the first casualties of this crisis. One protester carried away, dead, others seriously injured. The crowd crying, "We will kill those who killed our brothers." Other images suggest there have been more gunshot victims and more killings. This is the man who they'd come to see. For the first time since the election, he was widely tipped to win. Mir Hossein Mousavi appeared before hundreds of thousands of his supporters. They're convinced he was robbed. They want a rerun, and they swamped Tehran today in the biggest protest march here in 30 years. Mr. Mousavi told them he was ready for a new election and will not surrender until he gets one. The protesters carried signs comparing President Ahmadinejad with a dictator. And everywhere the question, where is our vote?
It's not election. It's lie election. It was a fraud election.
These protesters are taking a defiant but very dangerous stand. This demonstration has been branded not only illegal or criminal, but treacherous against the system. And the police have been authorized to use live fire. This is a high-stakes showdown.
Thousands of riot police were out, batons at the ready. They've broken up just about every protest demonstration so far. As they marched, Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, announced an investigation into the election. The results will be known in 10 days. Demonstrators say they'll keep marching. Officially, Mr. Ahmadinejad won 2 out of every 3 votes cast. But no detailed breakdown has been published. He apparently won by a landslide, even in his rival's home city and home province.
It's a big lie.
It's a big lie.
It's now a trial of strength. Protesters shouting death to the dictator against well-armed riot police with clear orders now to crush dissent. The stakes are high because this is a direct challenge, not just to a disputed election and a president, but to the whole regime. Bill Neely for NBC News in Tehran.
You might have seen our chief foreign correspondent Richard Engel in Iran as recently as Saturday night this past weekend, but he is here with us now because Iran refused to renew his visa. Otherwise, of course, he'd still be there with us in our New York studios. Richard, first off, the president was talking about this late today. He said it's up to the Iranians to determine their own leaders. Very basic question. Was this election fixed?
A lot of people thought so very quickly because of the timing. People were still in voting stations at 9, 10 o'clock at night, and then just about 3 hours later, the state news agency said that Ahmadinejad had won. All of these ballots, about 35 to 40 million ballots, were pieces of paper. It was not computerized at all, so it seemed very suspicious that all of these ballots had suddenly been counted in such a short amount of time.
Because of a crackdown on Western journalists, you're sitting here and not there. We've all been on the web all day trying to get our information. Is this the first true internet uprising?
Yes, the Iranian government has completely failed in its attempts to contain images out of Iran. The Iranian government has cut off international cell phones, has detained many reporters, but now a lot of people are using Twitter and other Facebook and other online sites to circulate images. That video right there showing the militiamen firing into a crowd was exchanged hundreds of thousands of times today, and the images that Iranians are sharing with themselves describe a revolution. They are telling activists which corners they can go to, which hospitals are safe, which cars they can use, and they are using it to organize.
Richard Engel here with us in New York. We'll keep covering this story in Tehran by any means necessary. Richard, thanks.